What's up, guys? Welcome back again to Pimp Destro, back again with another action figure review. So today, we're actually going to take it back to the Transformers Legacy line and actually cover a pretty sought out after figure that I actually been looking for and could not believe it when I actually did find him at Target. As you know, I am here in Hawaii, and the Targets are very picky and choosy on their distribution here. And luckily, I found a dead end. This guy is sold out on Hasbro Pulse, sold out, I believe, on Big Bad Toy Store, and sold out throughout the internet. So the only way for me to really get him was either in the stores or find a pretty good deal on eBay. Luckily, I found dead end. And what I didn't know when I actually had Wild Rider and this other figure that I picked up a little while ago, review coming, of Drag Strip, these guys actually combined to make a bigger figure called Minosaur, which I'm probably going to try to pursue that now that I have 3 of the figures unintentionally. I now need, what's his name? There's one Breakdown, and the other one is, I can't remember the other one, and Moto. Oh yeah, no, it's Motor Master, excuse me. The bigger figure that's going to be like the body, the whole body of the figure. So hopefully we can actually assemble those together, but I am going to give a brief readout of Dead End straight from Hasbro Pulse. So let's see. Dead End thinks it's pointless to keep fighting the Cybertronian war when he's not being forced to fight. He spends his time shining himself. So this guy must have an ego on him. But as you know, this is the Transformers Legacy. Basically the standard for how they package their figures. On the front, you can see the figure with some cool box art and obviously the Transformers, his name on the side. And on the side here, you do have some awesome box art as well. On the back, you do have him in his Transformer mode or Decepticon mode and his actual vehicle mode down there, which is like kind of a sporty looking car. Takes 15 steps to get to each. And then he is piece 3 of 5 for Minosaur. And actually what I am going to start doing is actually scanning this QR code, which I believe it gives like specs on the characters. I think this is a really excellent way to move forward with action figures because everybody has smartphones these days. I think that Marvel Legends should really go down that route, and I don't believe they are already doing that right now. On the side here, the basic box art for all the Transformers is on the side. But guys, we are going to get this guy open and show him in his Decepticon transform mode as well as the vehicle mode. So stay tuned. All right, guys, now that we have Dead End out of the box, here we have him. Pretty simple. He comes in his already transformed Decepticon mode. And oh my goodness, I thought this figure had been broken into and I did not have the accessories, which are the 2 little blasters here. I looked everywhere. I looked back in the box. I thought maybe they were stashed within his like fender part down here or the trunk area or on his body even, and I couldn't find them. I was kind of panicking a little bit. I was like, man, I just bought a action figure for about 24 bucks and it doesn't even come completed. And started examining the box, the tape, it looked fine. And I went back over to the actual cardboard that they stored in, and it was actually taped on the inside. And thankfully I did check that before, giving up hope and saying, oh, well, I just got a Decepticon that can't really attack or defend himself. But anyway, getting back to Dead End, he is a Decepticon, and as you can see here, the QR code that is on the back of the package basically gives a brief readout of this character, and I think this is really cool. Like I said, I don't know if G.I. Joe's doing this. I know Marvel Legends are not doing this, but they should do this. It will replace the bio card that used to be in some of the old things. But anyway, Dead End is a Decepticon. Alt mode is a sports car. His function is a warrior. A special unit, he is a Stunticon, which are the Wild Rider, the Drag Strip. What's the other guy's name? I keep forgetting it. Breakdown, and then Motor Master. But anyway, signature weapon is a compressor air blaster. Launches a blast of air at 40,000 PSI. Basically the brief bio that was already on there that I read, and he does combine to make Minosaur. And then his skills overall, and there is no read on this, but I'm assuming that's 7 strength, 6 intelligence, 7 speed, and 5 projectile or damage. So this is really cool. There's nothing really going on for it, but you know, it's the thought that counts, and I think that Hasbro should do more of this with their other toy lines. Why not? You know, just putting a QR code on the back that could be into multiple different languages would really go far, I feel like. And like I said, everybody's got a smartphone these days. But anyway, getting back to the figure itself of Dead End, he is a red vehicle, red with a yellow racing stripe down the back. This figure doesn't look too hard to transform. I can kind of see where everything goes. It'll be a lot like Wild Rider and what was the other one? Knockout. So pretty simple, nothing crazy. But overall, he does look nice. He kind of almost looks like, what is it, Soundwave or Shockwave? Soundwave, yes. Because he looks like a cassette player, which is pretty cool. But he does have the black and purple blasters, which are kind of, you know, an interesting choice for this character. He does have a couple purples. The Decepticon logo obviously is purple. His eyes are purple. But that's about it other than the blasters itself. But pretty standard articulation. We'll get some size comparisons real quick. But here's him with another Stunticon, Wild Rider. And I think they look pretty cool side by side. Obviously, you have Dead End here. He's a little bit wider in the torso area. But when you look to the back here, he kind of sticks out a little bit more. And it should be really awesome. And their blasters are different. This guy has a more like the scope on it. And this is a Dead End has a slightly smaller blaster. So looks pretty cool. And then we'll get one more size comparison with another Transformers Legacy line action figure I've got, and that is Knockout, the Healer. Obviously they kind of match up fairly well. I do really appreciate the Transformers Legacy line and how the detail and the attention of that on these figures for the price point. Hopefully they maintain this quality. There are rooms that they could obviously improve on. The tail lights, obviously, maybe get inspired by real vehicles. Maybe do some, you know, we reviewed the GTR and that Honda the other day, which were really cool because they were actual branded vehicles. But anyway, guys, this is the transformed version of Dead End, and I do really like this figure. We are going to transform him into his vehicle mode, and we'll do some size comparisons with that as well. But guys, please stay tuned. Alright guys, now that we have Dead End actually fully transformed, this is a pretty awesome looking figure. And those that do have him, I do believe this is probably the most intricate and probably the coolest transformation that I have seen yet in a Decepticon. It has a lot of moving parts. As you remember, this is his torso. This is his like shoulders here, and so you got to kind of, it's like almost folds up like a butterfly knife or something like that. But I do have a slight problem with this, and it's probably entirely due to my transformation. But they're in the back here. Now I'm not complaining about the tail lights this time, but I am. So you can't really see that. The lighting isn't the best in here, but basically there is a gap there, and I do have the pin there. So when you do close it and hold, it kind of pops the back fender out on both sides. So I've decided to try to keep the fender in place on both sides, and I think I may have just janked it up. I normally have to kind of undo it, put it back together, and then slide it in, and it works. It looks all right. I am going to play around with it. One bad habit of myself is when I am transforming these things, I kind of get ahead of the actual instructions and sometimes make it look a little funny. Like right there, that's a weird gap, but I don't know if that's going away. Right there on that front fender. Is that on both sides? Yeah, it is. I'll have to look at other people's reviews and see if I'm making a mistake somewhere. But overall, this is probably my favorite Transformer, fully transformed. The other ones look all right, but man, I can see why this guy's sought after so badly. And when I seen him at Target, I was like, man, I am trying to cut back on some of the figure purchases, but man, I cannot pass up on this guy. They also had Crankcase and a couple other ones, but this one, when I seen him, I was like, I probably won't see him again any other day, so had to get him. But overall, really awesome figure. I'm not going to transform any of the other ones. It took me a while to do this, but I will put the transformed Decepticons around them of Knockout and Wild Rider. And surprisingly, Wild Rider's size seems to be really, really big compared to not Wild Rider. Dead End size is a little bit bigger than Wild Rider. It's hard to tell because I don't have him transformed right in front of me, but from what I recall, he is. But very cool. The blasters go in the back here. The paint looks pretty nice. That gold stripe with the white or the silver line down the middle. And the red paint looks pretty quality. As you can see, you can kind of see the components sticking out on the bottom there. I'm not sure if you can actually roll this. Probably not. He's going to be sitting there. But, yep. And his blasters go in the back. They look nice. It's just the back end here for me is a pretty bad look. But overall, really, really recommend this figure. If you can find Dead End actually at your local Target or local Walmart, I would say probably a pickup so far. Most of these Transformer Legacy figures, I do feel like they're pickups. So, guys, stay tuned for some cool action shots with other Decepticons, and I will see you next time on Pimp Daddy Destro. Take care, guys.